Sure, why not? We're going live. At least I think we're going live. And we should be live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Shaq here, and welcome back to Life is Feudal. I almost said your own. This is the MMO, currently the beta, even though it doesn't seem like they're going to be doing a wipe. As we understand it, we've actually confirmed there won't be a wipe. It is out, so we're going to talk about the city. Going to do this little time capsule video that I've been doing almost once a week now. Talk about the experiences of the sandbox survival MMO set in a medieval world. I'm going to talk about our guild city and just how cool and a weird, unique experience this game has been so far. Very cool. Good morning, everybody. Hey. I say this is going to be a short stream, but I know how my short streams end up being. All right, just doing the last little bits of the stream setup. But we are back into Armitage Empire in the city. You can see some new buildings are going down, and trees have grown, and for everyone that hasn't been playing with us, is snow. The winter has come. We actually got snow. There's snow covering the rooftops and the walls. Okay, maybe not so much the walls, but the trees, the ground, everything is covered in snow. It actually happened last night. During a server restart. So we are now in November. So we're a couple of days into November, I believe. Evening Shack. Been a while since I turned into a stream. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well, Leaping Monkey. I am doing really well. Just like half set up for the stream. I was like, you know what, let's just get started streaming. So, okay, we're gonna do a little bit of a walk. So I've been, as the leader of one of the largest guilds now in the game, going through the process of like figuring out what it means to be a guild leader. I've been a guild leader in other games, Star Wars Galaxies, EVE Online, but this has been like the weirdest mix of being a guild leader, and I think the funnest part has been the leadership from the perspective of watching people take over positions, like taking over those leadership positions for the different guilds, because we've actually separated the city into the different guilds. So we've got like the blacksmithing guild, we've got the carpentry guild, the lumber guys down in the south, which is kind of like a mix of the two. The miners, who are still figuring out who they're like getting their leadership down, which they now do have leadership. The blacksmiths, everybody figuring out like what they need to play the game and to supply the city with the stuff that they produce. And while dealing with things like winter has come and the crops aren't growing as fast now. Some crops, from what we understand, and we haven't really confirmed it, won't grow at all. From what I'm told, it's like potatoes will grow and wheat will grow, but everything else is off the table for what we can grow because we're so far up north. Meaning we've got a whole political like trade system that's gonna have to happen where we hopefully bring in supplies that we need from other cities. It should be pretty cool, actually. What is up there? Is that a trade cart coming into town? Yeah, it's a trade cart. I'll help this guy out. Oh, he's already got it. Probably a load of stone or lumber for the construction guys, who knows? Or maybe they're doing some more terraforming. We got multiple teams out right now. We got 2 new groups that just joined up this morning that I had the pleasure of bringing in, and they're both out doing stuff for the city. You know, let's go on outside the city. Trying to get people working to help out with the community, so help out with all of the project that needs to be done. I'll jump out here, though. Take a look at the city from the outside. I'll answer some of your questions. Remember, if you're gonna ask questions in the chat, make sure you put them in brackets with the word question. But I've been loving this game. I've been loving it. Never have I played a game, maybe EVE, probably EVE more now in the newest iteration with the way they have Citadel set up and stuff, but never have I played a game where I felt like there was a visual representation of a community coming together to build something awesome than this game on this server. It has been an absolute joy. And the kingdoms around us have been super friendly, working together, discussing like how they play the game. Some of them have like thousands of hours into it, playing your own version of it, the standalone version of it, where you can run your own servers. So they really have like a firm understanding of the mechanics. But like, look at that. How cool is that? We've got the shanty town there in the south that's kind of sprung up. And we're going to be building all kinds of new structures and whatnot. It's good. Going to stream Sunday? Let me look at my calendar real quick. I believe that's Christmas Eve. Yeah, I think we're still streaming Sunday. I think we're still doing, unless Tex says he can't make it. I'm pretty sure we're still doing it. They got some terrain going up here. Got some trees that I planted for the new players to be able to come out here and cut them down. I don't think they've grown up to major yet, though, so let's see if I can jump over this. No. Gotta get that running start. But we have a pathway, and the new walls are going up because the construction and the miners are getting stuff done. Comes out in January. Question, do you have a guard system for the city yet? Military. We've got a military that's kind of taking over for that right now. Because I figure anybody who's going to want to be a guard for the city, and we're going to be setting that up, needs to have the military training, and we have a military commander now. I'm very impressed with his skills of being able to organize people and yet still have a lot of fun. So you got to talk to the guys over on the Discord about that. I'm not going to put any names here because I don't want 1,000 messages to go into these guys right now. Let's see. When will this... I already answered that. So we'll head out into the north gate. What you're seeing here is like the different structures for the construction workers, the masons who are putting down buildings. Hey Shaq, love the stream so far. I did a showcase of the Old Republic War mod last night. I want to know what your thoughts are on the mod. The Old Republic at War mod? I love the mod. The new version isn't out yet. The new version of that mod gets an update on the 25th. Public, that's what they said. The public release for that is coming out 25th. So pumped for it. But let me walk away from the city real quick. So you can see like our masons have put down new gates and new towers for defense so we can drop resources in there. Everything's been like cordoned off. We got city planners. It's nuts. It's so cool. And you can see how big Armitage has gotten. All part of the story. Oh, wow, look at that lag. Last time I ran up this road today, I actually hard crashed going up it. So, let's go for a run around the town, though. But yeah, winter has hit, and I absolutely love the visuals on this. Like, I'm only playing it on high right now because I'm streaming. I put it on ultra when I'm not, graphics-wise, but just the idea that, you know, winter's coming, it affects crops, changes how things are handled. From the leadership perspective, I've got to think about, like, okay, the tailors need a certain amount of flax, so we need to get truckloads of flax coming in. Hopefully we can set up maybe some trade deals with people in the south who can still grow their stuff. If not, we're going to have to think of something else because flax is used in a bunch of other things that we need to make. It's a crazy logistical puzzle that has 100 players trying to figure out how to make it work. Head over to the Discord to join the community. It's the best way to do it. Yeah, we're going to do a stream on Sunday. Unless something has changed, I don't think it has. We are doing a stream on Sunday. Will you guys organize a port town and a navy when that's implemented? Yes, I want ships so bad. Word is that we may not have them until the end of next year. But yes, I love the idea of a port town. I was talking to Tabby about this, and she was like, we should set up a fishing village up north. And I was like, what about a port town? With actual, like, docks that go out into the ocean so people can, like, sail in and dock up. There was even talk about some Alliance members coming together to build a port town where all the guilds come together and have their own ports, and we all, like, funnel resources into it to help build it out. But that would be amazing. I don't know if that'll ever happen. It's something that we've all discussed, though. Lots of ideas have been thrown around all over the place. Can you kill bears for winter pelts? You can for their hides. That's one of the things you can hunt, or can hunt you. If you watched the last stream, I actually had to fight a bear with a torch naked. That was pretty fun. All right, let's ride. Ride around. Got a lot of trees planted out. I love that the trees actually change. I have my view distance turned down a bit, so you'll see a little bit of pop in. Sadly, all those farms, we can't grow any of the crops we need because it's cold out. Lucius and Tryon. I'm stuck on terraforming changes. Oh, you're trying to load in. Tryon is our foreman for building. There's the swamp down there. Look at all the trees they planted. I think this was ash. I could be wrong. I said I wanted trees to the east. And now, hundreds of trees as of last night in the east, which are going to be open for new players to cut down and build their requirements. Because I believe these are all relatively low-quality trees. It is very weird to me that they're all like the same tree. So it's like a forest of one tree all neatly lined up. But maybe we can interspace some other trees in here and replant the dark forest. Yeah, it's minor. Quality level 25 on this guy. In this game, everything has a quality level, and that affects the items that you eventually make out of it. So, for example, you get a practice sword. That practice sword was made out of plant fibers that were gathered by somebody with nature lore, which is a skill everybody starts with. Turned into ropes, which anybody can do with nature's lore. But the better the nature's lore, the better the rope will be. Then you mix that with a little bit of hardwood billets from the lumber guys, the carpenters, who are out there carving up trees. If their skill and the quality of the wood is good, you put those things together, you have a carpenter, I think it's carpentry, makes the practice weapon, like the wooden sword that I've got from training last night, equipped currently. And you get a decent quality practice sword that'll last a lot longer while you're practicing against a friend or a training dummy. It's just a lot of neat elements that I think a lot of new players miss out on the bigger picture, especially of running something this size. What coffee do you drink? Love your streams. Variety, actually. I just got 2 big old boxes of variety coffees from 2 guys from the community, and I really appreciate that. I think if you've already bought your own a while back, I think you get access to the MMO. Don't quote me on that, but if you already have it, like you bought it way back in the day, I think you already have access to it. So you may want to check that before you buy another copy of the game. I don't know if these are actually going to grow. Interesting experiment, find out. Roads are being built in and out of town in all the cardinal directions that hook up with our friends. Very, very cool, very cool. I love that there's snow on all the buildings now. And we're starting to organize military, whatnot. We're a little bit more. We're getting more into like the training and the group tactics, which is an absolute blast. Absolute blast. It's out on this other side of town. One of the reasons I enjoy doing these strings is because in a year's time, I'll be able to go back and I'll be able to look and be like, remember when we had no idea what we were doing in this game? In the first stream, and you know, stream number 5, we had a pretty good handle on it. And lots of new players coming in. Wouldn't there be some water sources near the mountains? We have water. We have a well dug in the city. So we do have an access to water. Do you have vassals? We do. We got a number of vassals. Some of them we've set up ourselves, like the logging company, as one example. Some of them just out and about. So it's quite large. I love this city so much. I think some epic stories that come from this. We've actually been putting out coin into the population. You know, it's like, hey, if you go, we got a couple of teams out doing stuff right now for us, doing a little digging, going and getting some fish to feed the people. Actually, now that the door's open, I'll go ahead and come on in. One of these days, I'm gonna get got by one of these gates. These things are so damn dangerous. Wolves, bandits, none of that stuff compares to these gates. Oh, somebody got it for me. Excellent. Has the rank structure been decided in Armitage Life's Feudal? Well, we're using the game's base rank structure at the moment because it's a little poor in what we're able to keep people from doing and what we're able to allow people to do. Like recruitment and destruction are on the same rank, so we can't give people just the recruiter rank while still keeping them from being able to blow up the walls. That very much frustrates me. So that means that, you know, high-level people have to always be running around getting people into the guild instead of doing what they should be doing, which is dealing with, you know, minor issues, like mining issues, dealing with, you know, food issues, dealing with diplomacy. Like if you're at my level, dealing with the diplomacy issues. So. Is warmth going to be an issue? I don't think so. I remember they experimented with this, and I haven't heard anything about it recently. I kind of wanted hyperthermia to be a problem, as just that little extra level of what people have to deal with, especially when fighting a war, right? So imagine having to fight a war in the north, and you're from the south. You've got to have to bring with you supplies to be able to make places to warm up, to not freeze to death. One more part of the logistics chain. And right now I can just feel the lumber guys going, no, Shaq, no. We don't need to be making more billets so people can start fires so they don't freeze to death. I don't want that in my life. We got enough orders for lumber right now that we got to keep up with. Let's try on. See if he's in the chat. Try on, join me in the chat. Come on, man. I'm gonna steal him if he's in Discord right now. There's so many people on Discord right now. A donation. Well, gotta go. General Spear says, got some recordings I gotta do, and Arc Trooper Havoc armor to build. Like, full on armor to build? Because that sounds amazing. Take care, Shaq, and enjoy the coffee. I'll catch you up later. Later. Appreciate the donation. I don't know where he is on this list. He'll pop in if he wants to. There's the man himself.
Hello, Captain.
Hey, man. I'm doing the weekly tour of the city and doing my kind of like my log here while we talk about the game. How you doing today?
Pretty good. I slept most of the day.
You out play it all the time, huh?
Yeah. Definitely putting in a lot of hours on this.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people are. A lot of people might be, they won't admit it, but they may be going a little overboard. Like a burnout. Burnout's a bitch. Gotta be careful. But yeah, we're, I'm sure you saw it. I think you were in the chat, right? We're live right now.
Yeah, I did see.
Where's the PAX giveaway shack? We're hungry. We're not doing a giveaway today. Somebody told me, I got a private message saying, I heard you got like 100 keys. It's like, no, I got like 4. The dev sent me like 4 keys to give out. We gave out 2 of them last time. Anyways, I'm taking a look at the walls out here. Let's walk outside. We've had some fun today. I got 2 newbie groups that joined up this morning. Immediately put them to work. Collecting a bunch of rope for practice weapons for the military training exercise. And I got another group helping out in the north, fixing up some mines, because there was like some dirt collapses or something, so a lot of Alliance members have come together and helping straighten some things out. Nice horse, man.
Sorry, my headset keeps shorting.
Did you hear what I said? Any of it?
Yeah, that you put some new groups to work, some mine.
I think your headset's still crapping out on you.
Yeah, I ordered a new one. It should be here tomorrow.
Nice. Yeah, we got people grabbing food for us because I know we had some low quality food issues where we needed to get just more basic living food in for the new players.
Yeah, I was trying to organize the hunters to do.
Yeah. Well, you know, you get new players in, it's better to send them out to get the skills up and give them a goal or an objective. So they're out there. They're probably back by now, but they were out fishing.
Yeah.
Getting some fishing in. Yeah, you're not transmitting at all. I don't know what you did to your mic. But I love it. I love these weather effects. Like, that's so freaking cool. That it actually means something. It's not just some random cycle. Full 501st armor, General Spear says. Well, hey, man, if you do, like, if you're doing full cosplay 501st, send me a picture or 2 over on the Discord. I'd love to see it. There was somebody doing a whole Imperial Guard, Armco color Imperial Guard setup, which was pretty badass. Like the orange. They were sending me some pictures. Cool, Ben. Cool. Let me know when you guys get back from the trip for fishing, and I will. I'll make sure you get some coin for the hard work. So just fill up those backpacks. You get a whole bunch of hunting too. If you're looking to get into hunting as a new player, as you get in, because you're probably gonna be waiting for one of the reeves or one of the reeves, one of the higher ups, the barons and whatnot to get you into the guild. One of the best things you can do is figure out what your base skill are for what you're interested in doing, and you may not even know, but figure out some of the base skills you want to work up and experiment with. Fishing is a great way to get hunting up, and you could bring a bunch of food into town. If you want to do nature's lore, go on a fishing trip and cook up all that fish, and that'll get you some nature's lore. You can also pick up a bunch of, let's throw them over here as a new player. You can also collect a bunch of, whoa, look at that rubber band. I was across the road. I bet we're gonna have the server go down and do a restart. That happened last night. The lag was unplayable last night, and then the servers restarted, snow everywhere, and suddenly we could all walk around again. But if you're a new player and you want to get some nature's lore up, find a piece of ground that's decent quality. This is probably not going to be, but go to inspect. You can look at it. It's going to be quality, like, yeah, quality 7. Okay, well, there's decent quality out in, like, that direction. But once you found some, go to gather. Gather plant fiber. And we need, our tailor needs, like, what did he tell me this morning? 5 million plant fiber for some reason to build up his skill, to get that just a little bit higher. How did I get wounded? I'm bleeding. What happened? Oh, random account. It was random event. It was you pull on the threads with their taut as hard as a bowstring, and you cut your palm with ease. You clench your fist and see a trickle of blood come out. You're now bleeding. Those random events are so freaking weird. I kind of like them, but they're really weird. Somebody said they had a random event yesterday. They got random poison bottle. What quality 100 poison bottle in their inventory? Just something happened. They go, where'd this come from? How do you level up Slinger? Jared wants to know. Slinger, you can go to a practice dummy. The best way that I'm told, and I don't know if it's true, I don't know how dangerous it is, because I don't do Slinger yet, I haven't tried it out, is you sling at a person with a shield, a practice shield. And all right, so there we go. I got my plant fiber. I didn't actually need to collect a bunch of plant fiber. Put that in the storehouse and give it to the tailor at some point. All right. If Armiges went to war, would you stream some of it? Not unless it was tactically appropriate, right? I've been having this conversation actually with the Alliance out here. And the question is, should the Alliance, and I'm going to talk to you guys about this because I think the politics are like 90% of what's interesting about this game, right? How the players interact on every level is what really interests me about this. But one of the conversations was, should streamers be regulated by the Alliance? Should there be rules that are alliance-wide about people who stream? And the obvious issue is that streaming can give away tactical information. They can give away rally points. They can give away when reinforcements are coming, who's coming, where are they coming from. Just any tactical information that could be a hindrance to your side. You don't want streamed. So I probably wouldn't stream a battle unless, of course, it was tactically appropriate. I was outside of the Discords. I was outside of any of the voice comms. I was outside of any of the chats, and I was kind of buffered away from the tactics of the battle and more just part of the battle. So I took on the position of I was on the ground. I was leading the fight. Okay, sure, somebody wants to trade. I was... Eternal Sleeping Potion. Okay. I'm not gonna drink that. I don't know what that's for. Maybe that was the poison I was talking about, but the name kind of frightens me. This is how Captain Shack died. This is how the king died. And he was usurped by Tryon because he had somebody feed him poison at night. I could record and upload it later. That's very true. So it all depends. Hey, Tryon.
I would never do that.
You would never do that?
Never. Maybe a little.
Maybe a little. Uh-huh.
Yeah,
What's up?
We heard about the whole streamer thing last night, and to an extent I agree, but...
Yeah, I mean, my complaint is that it's not the Alliance's job to dictate. It's not a larger organization's job to deal with something that is at the guild level. Guild leaders should be just messaging each other and be like, look, there's an instance where this is a problem. And if I found a streamer streaming in Armitage, literal combat-like positions live with no serious delay, with not clearing it with the higher-ups, that's a quick kick. You're putting all of your brothers and sisters at risk by streaming a battle like that. There are limitations, and even as like somebody who runs a YouTube channel, I'm not gonna cross those lines. I don't mind that, but I don't think it's the Alliance's job to be setting rules. I'm gonna turn this music down.
Yep.
So that was where I drew the line. I agreed with the principles. I didn't agree with the larger entity butting into guild business, basically. If your guild doesn't have a problem with it, then fine. I don't want anybody regulating content creators outside of negatively impacting other people's gameplay. That needs to be dealt with. It needs to be dealt with at the guild level. Oh, we got all kinds of questions coming in. I'm gonna roll north. You wanna come with me? Go this way. Go down this road. Only road I've ever known. Will you do war games? Yes. Will we stream those? Yes. Pending the military commander agrees that it won't be of any harm. I don't think it would be, especially if it's like field battles for fun. I would like to stream some war games for fun. I think that'd be that would be a good time. Bunch of practice weapons, get a few squads together, and watch them like outflank and move around each other. Maybe even fighting over an objective could be a lot of fun too. Like escort the cart, and we load the cart. We don't have to load the cart with anything. We just have a cart, so one guy is pulling it, and then it's just defend the cart, capture the cart. Those kind of war games could be tons of fun. Maybe even invite some of the allies over here, and groups that would be interested. I think that'd be great times. So yes, war games for sure. Turn around here. I'm trying to work on my cavalry skill so I can get war horses, base bone war horses if we go under the skill tree here. Cavalry level 60 will allow you to get onto a war horse, and they've just got better stamina and all that, and you can run people over. Trion's all excited about that, right, man? If your audio's working. But look at that city. That is just freaking awesome. Patrick says, "All hail the mighty Taproot." The Taproot is a lie. We worship the strong drink of the north. Keeps us warm in the winter. You get your Taproot religion out of here. There's been little religions popping up all over the game, inside the game. It's the Chevalites down in the south for the Swampies. The Taproot. I don't even know what they call themselves. Taproot believers or something. And then Armitage proper. It's all about the strong drink. Worship the whiskey. It's the only thing that'll keep you warm in this frickin' plane. Can the leader of a guild right or left click onto someone and make them a king, lord, etc.? Sort of. So the way that they do the ranking structure is it's already pre-set up within the game mechanics. So like if you have a vassal and you're a guild leader, as soon as you have a vassal, you immediately be considered a king. Just game mechanic title-wise. Does it mean anything in game? Not really. You play the way you want to play, right? You develop your character, your city, the way you want to develop it. If you're into RP and you like the idea of giving out like the knightly titles, then that is completely fine. Oh yeah, no spoilers for the new Star Wars movie. Bard will slap ban the crap out of you in seconds from this channel. No warnings, just gone. And he has my full support. None of that jazz. I won't even talk about it right now. The Chevalites. Like the Hammerites, but with shovels? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It's a Swamp Town thing. They're crazy down there. They're crazy. What were we talking about? So, titles, yeah. Titles are more of an RP thing. There are titles that give you certain ranks in the guild, that give you certain abilities, which means you have certain leadership positions. So for us, you know, certain ranks do mean something, and it does mean that we've got a lot of faith and trust in you, and is worth the salute for willing to take that mantle of leadership up. And for all you guys who have done that, all you guild leaders and all you people who are working to become a guild leader, definitely make sure that, hang on a second. Oh, he's already been blocked. Couldn't get to it fast enough. Oh, YouTube! Look at you go with your auto hiding messages before they even go live. The worst part about, or the best part about YouTube when you have somebody trolling is that when they're blocked, they don't even know they're blocked. They just start shouting into the void. Okay, so I'm gonna roll. Let's roll south again. The swamp down there, and all the fires in the distance. Look at that view distance. Those are people's claims or houses that they've never put on a claim. This is why personal claims are important. And now we got a trading post that's starting to flesh out with the private claims. Oh wow, what happened to my chat? Not updating at all. Thomas Quinn, checking back to see if you got the New York Stewart's coffee yet. Also, I have, Thomas. Thank you so much. I picked it up yesterday. I'm actually having some of it right now. So thank you so much. I'm working on a little something on the side. Was wondering where I would send the link to you once I finish it. Good luck. It is snowing in New York too. It's not snowing in North Carolina, but you are more than welcome. Oh, hello. Almost ran you over. Didn't see you there. Okay, cool beans. Good to know. Good to know. What else we got? Hey, Shaq, you should become a tyrant and rule with an iron fist. Oh, that lag. What is happening right now? Boy. Probably popping in a bunch of stuff in the distance. Alright, we're gonna roll back into town. What have I missed so far? Not a whole lot. Just kind of one of those logs talking about where the game is at. I'm enjoying it, though. Watching people build this city has been amazing, and figuring out their skills and taking on the roles they want to do. And then trying to figure out systems to make everything work for our style of city. Which I think is fairly unique to the server, because it's just so many people. Star Citizen related. I presume you know that they have a holiday stream for Squadron 42. Any comments or thoughts on before releasing it? No, I don't really have anything. I'm waiting to see the video. I'm waiting to see the stream to see what's up. The tailoring area. Take a look at that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, cool. They're well aware. Political stuff always popping up.
I don't know if you heard we're locking down the city.
Yep, I heard. Got bandits in the north or some shenanigans. Right on. Keep me posted.
Yep.
One of the cool things about... he's not here. One of the cool things about the game, when we have, like, a threat come by, so bandits attacking, death actually means something, and the skill loss can be substantial if you die, right? So, dying is, unlike most MMOs, a big deal. But it makes for combat. It's kind of like an Eve feel. Like you feel the loss a bit, quite a bit more than your average MMO. So what we try to do is we try to protect the city. And it's like, okay, well we've got a threat near the city, so we'll go ahead and lock it down. We'll get the guards posted. We'll get the people out hunting the threat. Your average response in any game to a PvP scenario. Normally I would be out there with them, riding around, but I'm doing the stream, so. Shaq's gonna go crazy and start tilting at windmills. Windmills are a thing? I don't know if they've reintroduced them into the game. I know they used to be a thing you could put in and actually do grain that way. But... what would you say this is? A barony or a country? It's a kingdom. We have multiple vassals. So we would be considered a kingdom, actually. And we have multiple vassals and a seat of power. So I would say, game mechanic wise, this is called a kingdom. What would we actually call it? I don't know. That's a tough one. People want to always label stuff, and then everything comes with political like baggage when you start throwing labels on things. And when you get a big alliance of people, no matter what the group is, no matter what the game is, it always becomes a EP measuring contest. So you've got to kind of keep that in check if you've ever run any kind of like large leadership. Let me go ahead and back up here for a second. One of the things that I haven't actually shown, I do not actually live in a castle. Not yet anyways. Hey, Commander Not Puppers. Happy holidays to you and Tabby. Here is your rule as Great Honorable Lord, King Protector, God Emperor of Armitage going. Have some coffee. It's going pretty well. I'm actually walking into my current respawn point. What? The roof has changed colors on the inside too? That's really strange. But there's a variety of whoops. Like decorations you can put in your house. You can put storage. I think this is one of the weirdest, smallest things about the game that for some reason I absolutely love is the way that they handle cargo. It's one of the reasons why I'm excited about Star Citizen's cargo system is the fact that storing things like matters. It takes physical space to store stuff. These chests, these bark boxes, actually have only a certain amount of resources that they can hold inside them. This chest over here and this like box over here in the corner, and then certain things won't fit in them, and they got decorations and stuff too. So you've got to like fill up your warehouse with actual stuff on the inside to lock things down. You can actually like decorate a warehouse with crates that have actual things inside them, which is weird to think about in most MMOs, where normally stuff is just this amorphous inventory menu and not like a physical object. And I really do dig that. I really do dig that. It makes the world feel a little bit more alive. I think it's one of the reasons why like Skyrim and Fallout gives you that sense of immersion, because you know those items are in the world. They have physical weight to them. It's not just the next piece of loot you can pick up. All right, let me see. I want to see how the defense goes and what the details are. So we're gonna try on a message real quick. This is why you have good leadership, so that I don't have to be around for everything that comes up, for every little thing. So let's see. What's the update on the situation for the stream? Banditos roaming about? You don't say. Are you still playing Star Wars Galaxies, and which one? I'm not playing any of the emulators right now. I would say the one that if I was going to jump back on would probably be Legacy. With, oddly enough, the NGE. Because I like the extra content that they've got there, and I like the development team is really having some fun with adding in some new things to the game. So, yeah, why not? Let's go up top. It's all going to change within the next handful of days, but we'll go up to the battlements. Take a look at the city from up there. But talking about economy, for people who are wondering, like, how does it all work? So when you're, say you're going to be a carpenter, right? If you want to be a carpenter, you're going to have to start with getting some wood. So you go out into the woods, you chop down a tree, you'll get one of these soft wood logs or hardwood logs, depending on the tree that you've chopped down. It'll have a differing quality. The quality and the size of the tree means how much wood you'll probably get out of it. So this is a quality 71 with 60 wood. Depending on, I don't know if it'll let me, yeah, it'll let me look at it without a saw. Depending on how much wood is actually in the log you cut down, so the higher quality and the larger the tree, you can get building logs out of it, boards and billets. Billets are what you'd use to light a fire, to keep a fire going. So if you're a blacksmith, you're gonna use a lot of billets to melt down that iron, melt down that ore to make that iron ingots. And those little iron blobs that they use for like all kinds of stuff. But the big one is crossbow bolts. Boards, of course, would be made for building tables and building barrels over here. Like this was made by a carpenter in the guild. Everything you see here in the game has been made by a guild member. Though, by the way, this right here is a personal claim. That's what that looks like. It's just a tiny version of the city claim, like a tiny little sword. You can actually draw that out so you can lock down territory. So if you don't want to live with a guild, you want to work on your own out in the wilderness, you can do that. Totally possible. It's fairly safe, too. Oh, I was going to go up on the walls. Excuse me. Some of the textures haven't quite loaded in. I don't know what's going on there. Probably need to restart my game. That might be why I'm getting a little bit of an FPS drop. Because that texture quality has gone from, like, decent to Crayola. Looks like somebody took a crayon to that. Look at the walls, though. Like, every one of these stone walls had to have stone mined, and then it had to be refined and chipped into stone blocks, which had to be put into the walls by constructors. You'll notice that our archers have hit the walls because they're on defense mode now, so there's probably, I don't know, 30-some archers all spread out looking in different directions to scout out. Pretty cool. Help keep our eyes open on in the distance. Can you expand personal claims and how so? So, the way personal claims work... We'll walk back the other way. The way personal claims work is anybody can place one down. You need a single copper coin to do it, which you could make by... for people who are working inside the city. For us, we kind of been trying to give out coins to those willing to do a little bit of labor for us. To make sure that there's more coins flowing out into the population so they can have those personal claims, be they inside the city or not. And there are going to be rules posted about personal claims inside city limits, hopefully by the end of today. But the way you do it is, you right-click on the ground where you want to claim. So let's say, like, between these trees, right? I want to put a personal claim. You look down at the ground, and you say, I want to... Oh, well, I can't do it, because I've got a personal claim somewhere in the world. But I'd click this, and it would say claim territory, or it'll say claim something. And you click that, and you'll put down... I think I have access to this personal claim here. You click the claim once it's down. It'll give you like a little 3x3 block. You can't really do a lot with it except for store stuff on it. But once you've done that, you know what? I can't actually because we swapped this over. I'm gonna swap over again soon. Once you put down your claim, you click near your claim and you'll be able to click resize claim. And it'll give you this weird menu. And now you can draw out your claim. Now the trick is, and this took us a little while to figure out, the trick is it starts wherever you go look at the ground, you say resize claim. So you want to make sure that you can put, like this is the corner of your claim basically, and you want to draw it out. So we'll just drag this to the X, hopefully you guys can see that. It just turned green over here, and I can push it this way. So now it's a 4x4, and you can go out pretty far. Like look how far I just went. That direction and that direction, it goes out. And I think if you're a subscriber, you can actually make your claim even bigger than a normal, just like average player. I think it's like 100 for a normal claim. And then if you're a subscriber, you can go much larger, like 100 blocks. Could be wrong. Welcome, Gaming with Ritz. Thank you so much for becoming a sponsor and supporting the channel. I appreciate it. Let's go ahead and cancel that. Ba-bam, ba-bam. So there you go. That's how personal claim works. And you have to maintain that with coins. So you're going to have to make your way into some of the cities. Or live in one of the cities to pay for it, because you got to make that coin. If I go to my personal claim, which you can actually do through the social menu, personal claim. If you go into your personal claim, can you not? Oh, I guess you can't. You can't manage it from here. It'll tell you like how much coin you put in it, how many real-world days it will keep your claim alive. So kind of nice. Kind of nice. You know what? Let's right over to the other side of town. I think we've got quite a few personal claims. It's the way that we've been using to lock down houses, because even though you could build locks, even though locks are a thing in the game, required thing. Whoa! My horse just went crazy. I did not mean to accelerate like that. You can't lock your doors. You can't lock crates either. You have to have locks to make doors, but you can't lock doors. So, and you can't lock crates, so it has to be a personal claim to lock things down. So if you want to keep your sword in a chest that nobody else can access, you have to have a personal claim right now. It's the only way to do it. Weird. Anyways, question, what armor are you wearing? Is that chain or scale? This, made by our blacksmiths, is the tier 2, that's what I'm calling it, tier 2 scale mail. If I take off my tabard, you can see what it looks like. Maybe if I turn toward the sun? Sun's going down. Of course it is, I'm streaming. Of course the sun's going down. But that's what the chain looks like. Not chainmail, scale mail. It's all right. To be honest, I like the plate look better and the chainmail look better. Chainmail is for cavalry in this. Plate is for the assaulter class. Eventually gets into like Vanguard and Berserker if you want to go down those trees, and they both have a level of plate. So assaulter gets like the half plate armor, and then you get into like the full plate. Whereas if you go down the swordsman tree like I do, which you get some your fun combos, you're going to be using chain. Or scale, excuse me, I keep saying chain because it looks like chain, but scale mail, that's the scale mail right there. So, Huskarl. I don't know if I want to go this far. I kind of like the blunt weapons, and what was the weapon that looks really nasty? The pick, the war pick, looks disgusting. So does the mace. And that doorway right there, that giant oak door they call a shield at that level is pretty cool. You also get point of vulnerability, whatever the hell that does. Point of vulnerability, overhead combo, overhead strike, left slash, right slash, or overhead again, right slash, left slash. This combo ends with a power strike effect. Pretty cool. So there are combos. If I pull my weapon, I'm using a gross Misser? I don't know how to say it. That's what she looks like, though. I love the look of this thing. The combo for it, left, what is it? I don't know if I have to hit the target. Left, right, and then stab. There you go. Flurry of blows. It actually tells it at the top. If you hit the target and you're doing it, there you go. It'll actually show the combo that you're doing, which is pretty fun. Bust out my shield. But what am I wearing an old busted up axe saw for? Oh, I was hoping those guys get some billets to cook some food. That's why I didn't have one on hand. Question, can you be in a guild and still set up a personal claim? You sure can. There's no reason why you can't. Personal claims are just personal. Those are yours. If you want to put it in a city for a guild, make sure the guild is aware of what you want to do, and they have to give you the rights to do it. But you can't put one inside the town claim, which is the dark green area. You have to put them on the outside, which is the light green. And your city, depending on what guild you're in, like ours, will have designated like residential districts. That way, when they're going to build walls, hopefully they don't have to knock down all your houses. Out of the way. It's a messer. Yeah, messer. That's what it is. I can even show you how they spell it. This is one of the ones I just grabbed out of the armor real quick. Let's see. No, this was the one Tryon threw together for me for a quick event. Yeah, it's only 19 quality. Oof. Swordsman, so there it is, the gross messer. Oh, there's all kinds of swords. All kinds of swords. Swords and whatnot. Though I have noticed, if the wiki is to be believed, and I take everything on the wikis for a grain of salt, because a lot of it's old information, it seems like slashing, all the armor has a high resistance to slashing damage. But, which kind of sucks, because if you're a swordsman, 90% of your weapons do sword slashing damage. It's their primary damage type. When you like swing by, unless you're doing like a stab, which would be, I would assume be piercing. How big is the guild now? 270 in the main guild, and then the vassals have more. I wish I could claim more than 100 tiles. Yeah, I don't think they're really there to claim farms. Oh, a lot of the guild, not the guild, a lot of the personal claims people have been complaining about, oh, it's not big enough, it's only 100 tiles. That's plenty big to put a large house on. The questions of being, what do you want to do with it? If you're trying to put like a farm, you want to claim a whole farm, that might be a little bit tougher. Might be a little bit tougher. So. You're probably just going to have your farm outside your claim. And in that case, you know, it potentially could be destroyed, but hopefully not. Hopefully people aren't jerkbags. Taxes on lumber? Well, it depends on your guild. The way that we are handling it is it's kind of a by-need basis. We are taxing some like the big trades with other guilds. So if one of our inner guilds wants to trade a big thing of like, say, ore or something, we say, hey, you know, you're making a huge profit on that. Please give some of it back to the crown, because you're doing that with the support of the entire guild, and we got to pay for this monument. And for a lot of like the digging projects and stuff, because we got a lot of people who are out there digging for us to reshape the landscape to make it work for our needs. We want to make sure a lot of that coin gets to those people who do that so they can support their own projects. Be part of the community. God, the sun hasn't dropped yet, even if the snow has really killed visibility. Go back up on the walls a bit. Right now, the city is closed down. The gates are closed, so we'll go for a bit of a walk. Big knife. I think we're enjoying it, though. People taking on leadership positions, dealing with the political issues that crop up have been a lot of fun. People have been respectful, which is good. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. It's interesting to see how stuff shapes up and what people are interested in doing and how they play the game, and how it shapes how the community changes and how the city changes. We put up barrels up here so we'd have access to arrows and bolts for the archers. And so the sun sets. Do you have gallows? No, and I'm a little surprised that they don't have those kind of mechanics in this as a medieval game. Like, you can knock people out, but once they're out, you can't do anything like you can in some of the other sandbox MMOs, or sandbox titles where you can, like, rope them up and drag them or anything like that. Those bandits are being an inconvenience. Therefore, their name should be put in the Book of Grudges. Randy says, I like it. I like it a lot. That's why cavalry is fun, because you get those reports, and it's like, all right, let's ride. You can send cavalry out to find out what's going on and run them over. War horses, man. Oh, the damage. They're telling me some of the jousting, the lances on a war horse. Get a good hit, like 120 damage. I only have 117 health on this character. 120 damage, even if like some of the armor absorbs 20 or 30% of that or more. That's a hit. Oi. Speaking of archers, man with crossbows. Hello. Hey, Ozzy. Keep it on the walls. Good stuff, good stuff. Hail Shack of the Empire. Benevolent leader, Emperor Shack. What? And his grand city homage. Indeed. Fun times. Whoa, that was weird. Oh, that's really weird. I think we just bugged out the game. This happened to me once before. You like get halfway near a wall and then you try to go into third person and then it like totally bugs out. So we're gonna have to relog anyways. But there's the city, guys. I just wanted to do one of these quick log videos to just have it in the annals of time. So when years from now we can come back and we can look and be like, man, do you remember that MMO we played when it came out? And do you remember how the city changed over time? I'll answer a few more questions for you before we bail out, because I want to find out what's going on with the bandits. As for the schedule right now, just a quick update. We aren't going to be doing Edge of the Empire come next Monday, because next Monday is going to be Christmas. So there's going to be just nothing. There's not going to be any content that day. We are going to be setting up recruitment times. So at certain times, myself or others will be on to get people in to the guild that are interested. But you know what? We're not the only guild out there either. We got a lot of members. So feel free to look at the other guilds that are there. You don't see what they're about. Maybe they fit your playstyle a little bit more. Though we do have like a wide range of playstyles in the city. I just want you guys to know there are other guilds out there. It's not just us. Let's see. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and hit them now. I've totally bugged out my character. I'm going to relog while we do this. You know nothing, Shaq Snow. Death says, don't kill me, please. Question, I was trying to join the game, but I accidentally did the email. I can't join. I don't know if it's this wrong password. You have to probably do a password reset. Nids, hi, Shaq. Hope you're feeling better after last week. I'm feeling much better. And while I got you, did you mention a Aussie guild to the west on the last broadcast? To the south, actually. We have an Aussie guild to our south. Oh, like another guild outside of ours? Because we've got like an Australian colony set up for people who play on like a really outside time zone and want to play with those guys. I don't know what the requirements are to jump in there, but they're one of our vassals to the south. We've helped them set up some walls and whatnot. So, Nidge, you're going to have to be a little bit more specific. I was trying to join the game, but I actually... Oh, there you read that one. I was trying to join... You just... don't spam the question, man. What about the Stellaris series? That should be Saturday? Let me look at the schedule. Well, tomorrow, yeah. We're going to be doing Stellaris tomorrow, for sure. That's actually the next thing that I got to start working on is the intro for that. Do we have an official garrison? Everybody has combat skills, minimum combat skills. If they don't, they will. And we have a military. that's always being trained up. So, that's a thing. Do you have a time when you will be doing Star Trek Online stream? No, I don't. I haven't planned on going back to Star Trek Online anytime soon. Up, back on the wall. Oh, man. That fog tonight is so thick. The city is so quiet right now. Well, normally, if there's a threat nearby, we'll have people stop training so we can hear movement. And we can hear if anybody's like trying to attack a wall or do something. So, kind of cool. I'm jumping off this wall. Doesn't do anything. There is fall damage, but you gotta fall from a lot higher up. We're talking like off a mountainside. Ooh, the lag is getting rough tonight. I bet you anything they're gonna do a server restart. Any plans for Space Engineers? For Sunday, I think we're still doing it. We got people from all time zones in the guild, so there's always somebody on. There may not be recruit people, like recruitment officers online at that time. We're trying to spread them out more, but people with the ability to recruit. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed the short stream. I'm going to try to do these every week or two. Just kind of an update on the city as we watch it evolve. I'm curious to read your comments so far and what you guys think of it. And I will see you in the next stream and or episode, because I'm going to try to do some more edited videos going forward. You guys saw that I did one yesterday talking about the modding community. So, all right, guys. I will catch you next time. Later, everybody.